2TC is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete a CHIMPS game with only 2 towers throughout the entire run. We're going to be doing this with Harry Potter and Captain Churchill himself. Obviously, to start off our adventures here, we need to put down our Wizard Monkey because 2160 is kind of out of our jurisdiction when it comes to money to just splash down. We're up to 200 at the moment. This is going to give us Arcane Blast, which gives us more powerful blasts of bolts of magic. It's energy based, so it can't do anything against lead balloons so far. Once we get Arcane Spike, then yes, it will turn into plasma. Monkey Sense, so that we have A, more range, and B, camo detection. Round 14 has a bunch of yellow balloons, which can sometimes be annoying, but nothing compares to round 15, which has pink balloons. Can we get all of these pesky balloons? I hope so, and that is a W. We're going to get Captain Churchill next, before we're going to get Arcane Mastery, because we're going to need Captain Churchill for a certain purple issue upcoming. We need to put the wizard on first for this round because we need to really utilize the pierce of a wizard, otherwise it's just going to fly everywhere and we're not going to be able to fully utilize each and every bolt that passes on by. So the reason why we're going to put Churchill on last is so that we can fully utilize the pierce of his cannon and put the wizard back on strong, so it's always targeting the strongest most balloon on the track. Yeah, this is why we need Monkey Sense over Water Fire so that we can actually hit camo balloons, because at the moment Churchill can't do that. And only really we can hit camo balloons with 520 once we actually get the 5 part in the top path upgrade shenanigans, you know what I mean. Faster attacks with increased range, damage, and popping power. Purples, once again Churchill's here to save the day where I, Wizard, cannot do jack against purple balloons. At all. Unless you win bottom path or somehow you find some luck where your fireball explosions are able to contact purple balloons. Not the fireballs themselves, but the explosions that they emit. Fun fact about this particular 2-tower chimp combo is that it was discovered all the way in version 10. Were some of you born before version 10 of Balloons Tower Defense 6? I don't know. I don't check the analytics. Armor piercing shells, because sometimes the black balloons can be a bit of an issue here. Even though we've got our Browning M1919 on our tank here. Have you ever played World of War Zombies and recognized this silhouette? It's kind of like that. Probably isn't that, but it just looks like it. You can take inspiration from something without directly copying it, okay? Also, we've got our goggles on, which means Churchill can pop camo purples. Or more importantly, purples. So yeah, this round's going to be a bit of a struggle, but when we get Arcane Spike, you saw the amount of damage we did to all of that Moab and those ceramics. Would you like to see it again on round 50? Camo purple threat detected and neutralized. Yes, we're doing this on Cubism because I don't want to torture myself with a harder map. Even though I do challenges anyways, that tortures myself anyways. Did you watch my Flying Fortress No Harvest 2 Megapause video I did the other day? In comparison to this video, I mean the other day? Yeah, that was torturous. I don't want to relive those memories. Those memories are haunted forever. Round 49. For top tier, this has quite a lot of pierce, which I really like. We've got a lot of damage, but sometimes we don't always have the pierce on board in which we need, especially when it comes to a certain round 98 and those huge load of super ceramics and super fortified ceramics. That's the kind of opposition that our Archmage will struggle against the most. Not necessarily the Moabs themselves, but the things inside them. But then again, that's where our Churchill comes to play with his massive cannon pierce. Both the Moab Barrage and the armor piercing shells abilities are going to be a necessity in order to get through this run. We can't just solely rely on the Archmage in order to deal with the deity threats. We need Churchill as well. And the only way his default attack can actually do any damage is if we have ourselves armor-piercing shells, which also directly affects his bullets as well for some odd reason. He somehow gains explosive bullet rounds, which can also, well, be the normal type of attack, I believe. Archmage is up and running! They would not know what hit them. And now it is time for the summoning of Harry Potter. I don't know why. Harry on the Potter. Yeah, Harry on the Potter. I'm sorry if you're watching this, Daniel Radcliffe. I highly doubt you are, though. But I don't know why I put that there. Harry on the Potter. Round 63. Are we going to need armor-piercing shells? Doesn't look like it. Not when we have Captain Churchill and Harry on the Potter. Ceramics being turned to blues, and then from blues to nothingness. Thank you, Harry on the Potter. I don't know why I find this funny. Harry on the Potter. Those are his two middle names. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I forgot. Now that we've got Archmage, we can level up Churchill by using our remaining monies, which we get. So we've got Moab Barrage now. Launches a barrage of shells at up to 10 Moab class balloons on screen, dealing massive damage each time. And by default, well, its only targeted priority is strong when it comes to its artillery barrage. Sorry, Moab Barrage. So imagine a bunch of fortified BFBs and ZMGs. You know it will go after the ZMGs. In some ways, I would rather it go after the fortified BFBs. You know which round I'm talking about when I'm talking about those two particular balloons? Level 11. Churchill along with Adora, and I think one other hero as well, maybe even two, are the slowest to level up heroes within the entire game. That's why they pair up well with an Energizer, just simply because of the fact that, well, you can get them to level 20 even more quickly than they would normally otherwise, well, be into the, like, 120, 130, those sort of rounds before it goes up to level 20 without investing any money into their levels. But we'll get to that level soon enough. There we go. Armor-piercing shells to get even more pierce. Who's going to win? A load of balloons or Captain Churchill and Harry on the Potter? Purple balloon issue? No worry. We got machine gun cannon in the rear. Do we need... No, we don't even need armor-piercing shell for that round. That bodes us well when it comes to the later rounds where we're going to need even more pierce. When you don't have enough pierce, invest yourself in even more armor piercing. ZMG, use the Moab. Sorry, the Moab. Oh, I've forgotten the name of the ability now. Moab Barrage. Yeah, let's use that to do a lot of chip damage to the ZMG and then leave the rest to destroy it. Come on now, you should be in your prime now with all of these Moab class balloons, Harry on the Potter. You are, after all, a true master of magical wizardry, just like Harry on the Potter is in Harry Potter. At some point, Harry had to go on the Potter, so this is not entirely wrong, okay? More machine gun and main gun power. Alongside that, more fortified balloon damage. Oh yeah, and the Moab Barrage as well would be very nice. Take them down to BFBs. Although in some cases, it's not always the wisest decision to pop every single ZMG down to BFB, because then you've got a humongous amount of pierce to try and compensate because of all of the small ones, and then even smaller ones, and then you get to ceramics and it's just overwhelming. But at the moment, we're doing very well. Also, our Archmage is still set to strong, just so that he is able to always damage the strongest balloon on the screen whenever they are in range. Yeah, this is the moment where I'd rather have 520 rather than 502. I love that Wall of Fire upgrade. Captain Churchill still at last. We honestly need to put him at first at some point because we need to start chasing balloons. Fortified balloons, no problem. Rest of these? No, we're going to try and pop them by default, just because of the fact that I want our Moab Barrage for the PDTs. Yes, No, wait. We'll just use the armor-piercing shells. That's what they're there for. 502. Can we afford that? Absolutely. Use that on those BFBs there, and we should be able to clear the round just like that. Lovely. It's these last 10 rounds. They're going to be the most difficult ones. Armor-piercing shells do even more damage? Who's going to say no to that? Actually, I just thought about it now. Every single upgrade the balloons will say no to, because then that means it increases their chance of getting to the exit.
What next?
Alright, round 93. What can we do against these balloons? A little armor-piercing shells, and then Moab Barrage combo wombo. With a combo wombo of Captain Churchill and Harry on the Potter. Here we go. Armor-piercing shells now do even more damage. We need to be Moab Barrage active for these ZMGs. Although, it looks like there's a little bit of... Oh, armor-piercing shells necessary for these ceramics, for goodness sakes. Yeah, some of these rounds are going to be incredibly tight. Armor-piercing shell now. Just use it as late as possible so you can affect as many DDTs as possible with the armor-piercing shells. Because as Churchill levels up, the amount of time that armor-piercing shells last for is longer. But we can't forever rely on that fact to just try and get us through the rounds. Okay. Armor-piercing shells for these fortified Moabs. Unleash that hellstorm on them. Can we get the barrage back for round 97? I'm not too sure, actually. And I feel like we definitely need armor. We definitely need a barrage for round 97, sorry. Actually, let's use it now, actually. While we still got BFBs on the field. Take all that chunk away. And that clears up a lot of the round quite early on. That's okay, that's okay. Harry on the Potter is over 1 million. We cannot get a 2 tower chimps, but 1 mega bombs each for both towers. We did that already with Carrier, Flagship, and Pirate Lord, and wasn't going for it, but I was just trying to go for the 2cc anyway with the particular combo of Psy and Master Bomber. Those were fun times. That was one of the most difficult ones I managed to, not originally do, but just do it myself. There we go. Fortified ZMGs, no thank you. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky round, just because of the sheer amount of RBE there is per balloon. Come on. You go to first now, please. We need to spread these ceramics out rather than trying to face them all at once. Come on, Churchill. Where's your armor piercing with your shells?
Yes.
With your huge ass cannon there. Honestly, would rather... I don't want to pop these mobs too quickly, honestly, because then we won't get armor piercing shells back for the beginning of the round. Yeah, this is going to be really tricky.
BFB inbound.
Can we get it? Yeah, we can get it. Affect all of those ZMGs, please. Okay, we're going to set you to strong for just a little bit. I'm going to put you on last for a little bit. We want as many fortified ceramics to be out as much as possible, and then use armor piercing shells when we have a huge amount of ceramics on the field. But I'm not going to lie, this is going to be a very, this is going to take a while to get through. Oh, this is a much more successful time around. This should be it. This should be it. This should be it. Yes, that's round 98 done and dusted. Brilliant. Shells could explode 7 times. We're gonna save our Moab Barrage for round 100. Nice clear up there, Churchill. And what in blazing is that? That is called a bad, my friend, and it's gonna be the bane of our existence if we do not put down enough damage to destroy it. Most whalers are very harmless as long as you don't go underneath it and be squashed by it, but this one, it's a BAD whale. A bad whale. It's got bandage on its tail. From Harry on the Potter and Captain Churchill. Two very iconic characters in fiction. Actually, Captain Churchill is not bad fiction, but in this case, he is fiction.
Yes.
Nearly there now. Okay, now it's down to BFBs. We're going to use Barrage, not one of those ZMGs. And that, folks, is how you do a 2-tower chimps with Archmage and Churchill. Also, it's Harry on the Potter. Yeah, this is if I release Archmage merch, it's not going to be called Archmage, it's going to be called Harry on the Potter, and he's sitting on the Potter.
Hey.
Captain Churchill is obviously sitting on his tank. There's a theme here going on when it comes to sitting on something, but I'd rather sit on a tank than a toilet, unless of course the toilet is also in the tank, so you get the best of both worlds. Anyways, folks, I don't know why I was having so much fun there. Thank you all so much for watching. This is a 2-tower chimps with the Archmage and Churchill. Let me know what you thought about this video down in the comment section below. If you didn't like it because of Harry on the Potter, then I understand. I don't know why, but I just find silly stuff like that funny. If you're ever shopping on the Balloonist Tower Defense 6 store, then please be sure to use my creator support code. That would mean the world to me. And each and every one of you who uses my creator support code, you have my eternal gratitude. I was going to say internal there, but that's not also too far off the truth there. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, you lovely people.